Alrighty girls, I've got 6 fantastic feminine principles that I live by, that I believe if you were to live by as well, you would be in your most flowy, feminine, peaceful and easeful state. These 6 things I've developed over a couple of years. Different ones I've focused on different times in my life, but I believe that all 6 of them are needed for me personally to be feeling my most feminine, for me to be acting feminine, and for the polarity in my marriage, in my relationships to be the best that it possibly can be. It takes work. I'm not perfect at it all the time, but these are the things I'm constantly reminding myself to do, and I find them to be really effective. Alright, if you're new here, my name is Talia. Welcome to my channel. Here on my channel, I talk about feminine lifestyle, relationships, and health. So if those are topics that you find interesting, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a part of the community. I want to just preface this by saying there needs to be lots of nuance with this, because you can't be 100% feminine, flowy all the time, every single second of your day, especially if you are working in a full-time job. These are just principles that can guide you in your personal lives, in your relationship life, and maybe in moments in your work day to bring you back into feminine alignment. Don't set yourself an expectation that you're going to be able to do this every second of every day. Real life happens. But if you can find points in your day to do these things, it can help your whole day to go smoother. It can help you feel better throughout your day. Just wanted to preface by saying that. So number 1 is I listen to my feelings. I listen to my feelings and I act accordingly. Now, I do not allow my feelings to control me, but I give my feelings a good amount of airtime. And I think it's really important for every woman to allow this as well, because if you push your feelings down, then that can harden your heart, it can harden your exterior, and it can either later on blow up or just cause you to become a really icy person. So it's really important to follow your feelings as much as possible and have nuance with this, like I said before. For example, if I am feeling worn out and tired and exhausted, I will allow myself to rest. Even when I was working, if I was feeling tired, worn out and exhausted, I would give myself a bit of grace. I would slow down. Maybe I wouldn't perform as well because I listened to my body. I wouldn't let it control me in the sense that I would fall asleep on my desk or I'll go home sick, but I would allow space for that feeling to be, and I would give my body what it needs based on those feelings. Another example would be if I am feeling happy and joyful, I will allow myself to express it either to the people around me or by myself. I'll dance, I'll give my body movement to express my feelings. If I'm feeling sad, I'm not going to push that down. I'm going to go into my room, have a bit of a cry. I'm not going to pretend everything's okay. I'm not going to gaslight my own mind, my own body. I listen to my feelings. I listen to my desires. I'm going to kind of mishmash the first 2. So the first one is I listen to my feelings and I allow my feelings to dictate how I go about my life. Unless it's a really important thing, then there's times that you need to override your feelings and just get stuff done. Absolutely. But for a feminine lifestyle, you really want to be allowing everything that needs to come up and be in full expression. So number 2, it links in with this because it's about voicing my desires clearly, especially in my relationship. My feelings and my desires are important. If I continually push them down for the sake of other people, especially in my marriage, that is going to create resentment, and it is not going to allow me to feel free and open and true. If I am desiring something or if I'm feeling something, I ask for it. I make it known, especially in my marriage. I tell my husband, I really need a hug right now. I need you to tell me that I'm beautiful because I'm not feeling very beautiful. Can you please tell me that I'm beautiful? I know it sounds a bit assertive and a bit scary to be like that, but I really truly believe that it is good to be needy. It is so good as a woman to be needy because men love to meet those needs. Don't get this confused with being difficult. It is not fun to be difficult, and it's not fun for the other people around you if you're difficult, but you have needs and you make those needs known cleanly to your husband or to the people around you. If you're not in a relationship and you need a hug from your mum or your friend, or you need support, you can voice that cleanly, not passively. So you're not going around to your husband being like, oh, you never tell me I'm beautiful. You don't hug me enough, or like hiding away and trying to get him to guess what it is that you are upset about. You cleanly voice your desires, and you can do it cleanly because you have given yourself time to feel your feelings from the last point. And now you can express that really cleanly and beautifully to your husband. I know sometimes it's not the most romantic to have to ask for things straight up, but it is so true that men love to meet your needs. And if they know what your needs are, what your desires are, they will meet you there, and they love to make you feel good. They love to meet those needs and those desires. It is part of their nature. It is part of the way they've been created. I just really want to emphasize that the way that you speak and the way that you do it is really important. Just straightforward. Hey babe, I'm feeling really tired. I really need help around the house this week. I'm just not feeling myself. I'm not on it. Can you please take control of some of the things around the house? I would really appreciate it. They would love that. They'd be like, yeah, amazing. Well, a good masculine man who cares about you and can see that you're feeling tired will absolutely be like, yep, and he will find joy in helping you. But if you say to him, oh, I'm so tired. I'm the only one who ever does work around here. Why don't you ever help me out? Like, that's not a clean way of asking for your desires to be met. Why don't you ever bring me home flowers? Sally gets flowers from her husband every single week. That is not a clean way of asking or voicing your desires. Hey babe, I love flowers and they make me feel really good. They make me feel like you're thinking of me and that you're giving me a beautiful gift. Can you please give me flowers a little bit more often? Might not be the most romantic thing, but that is what works with men, and that will get it off your chest so that you're not holding all these feelings inside. You're listening to what you want and you're voicing them cleanly. Just to be really clear, the first one is listen to your feelings with nuance. Don't let them control you. Don't be difficult, but be needy. And then 2, voice your needs and your emotions cleanly to your man or to the people around you, so they know what you're expecting and it's not a guessing game and people aren't walking on eggshells around you. Okay, so the third feminine principle I live by is beauty. Beauty in all of its forms. I think it's so wonderful to admire and cultivate beauty around me. That means doing my hair and makeup and wearing clothes that make me feel beautiful. That means making my space around me beautiful, having flowers, beautiful artworks, going out in nature often and reflecting on the beauty of this world. Adding beauty to your life. People can think that it doesn't achieve anything or that there's no use of it, but a feminine woman, it makes her feel good. It makes her feel feminine. It makes her feel lovely. And if the space around her is lovely, if she's feeling lovely, then she can act lovely, and it just creates the most beautiful atmosphere around you, yourself, and then for other people to come into as well. If they come to your home or if they see you and go, oh, you look so beautiful, that brings joy. And I know it seems really surface level, but it's not. It's not. It just isn't. The more that you cultivate beauty, the more that you bring it into your life and you appreciate it, it actually is a source of joy. Beauty is wonderful. There's a reason why humans are drawn to it. Embrace it, cultivate it, bring it in, put effort into beauty. It is so worth it. The fourth principle that I love to live by is honoring my cycle. Women have a monthly cycle, men have a 24-hour cycle. So literally a man's hormones are the same and they reset every single day. They go up and they go down, and that's the same thing every single day. Women's goes up and down over the full month. So a full day can be like on a low, or a full day can be on a high. So it's really important to understand the 4 phases of your menstrual cycle. So you've got your period, you've got your follicular, ovulation, luteal. Follicular is like springtime, so you're getting lots more energy, you're feeling good, you're feeling motivation ramping up. Ovulation is like your summer, so fun, exciting, good. Go get the things you want to go get. It's when you have the most energy, probably your most intense workouts. If you want to try something new and push yourself out of your comfort zone, ovulation is the best time to do that. You're most fertile, you're the most attractive to males because of your hormones. Then you've got your luteal that is leading up to your period and everything starts to go down. Your energy goes down. You might feel a bit bloated. You might feel a bit bleh, feel sleepy. it's like autumn. And then you've got your period, which is your winter, when you're just like should be resting and calm, and kind of you go inward a little bit. I always find myself going really inward and sometimes like processing emotions of the month in my period time. So that's just like a really quick snapshot. If you want to learn more about it, there's so many resources online. So many women do fantastic Instagram channels and YouTubes specifically about cycle syncing, so definitely look into that. But it's really important for me to make sure that I know what phase of my period I'm at, and again, it kind of links with listening to my feelings. If I'm in my luteal and I'm feeling sad and tired, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my workout a little bit easier today. I'm going to give myself a bit of extra rest. I'm going to have a warm bath to just make myself feel better, because I know that this part of my cycle, I need to look after myself. Whereas if I'm in my ovulation and I've got a bit of extra energy, I'm going to go try something new or go a bit harder in my workout because I have that energy. But there's lots of different ways that you can be ordering your life, just changing little parts of your life depending on what part of your cycle you're in. All right, the fifth feminine principle I live by is slowness. This one I find the hardest because I am a fast walker. I get focused. If I am doing something, I want it to be done ASAP. Like, I just am a fast person. And while that's really good and it served me very well in my work life, it also at the same time, it makes me anxious, it makes me frazzled and not very good to be around relationally, because I start talking really like shortly, and it's not the type of person I want to be when I'm in a rush, even though I can get things done and it's great for a specific time and purpose in my daily life with my kids, with my husband, in my friendship circles, social events. I don't want to be in a rush that is going to take me out of my feminine and make me feel closed up and tired. And it's not the way that I want to show up in the world when I'm rushing and frazzled and anxious. So slowness is one that I am working on, and that is mostly helped personally by me taking deep breaths when I start to feel myself get need to go. I take a deep breath. I slow down my words. I try and pause a little bit more between my sentences. If I'm getting ready to go somewhere like church or out to the beach or something, I go, it's okay. We'll get there when we get there. Take deep breaths, and I do things slowly and mindfully on purpose. I take a moment to smile and remember that life is beautiful. The fact that I get to go to church or that I'm going to the social event that I might be running a little bit late for is still so beautiful. Another caveat with this, obviously, it is not nice to be late to everything, and if other people are counting on you, don't slow down on purpose, but don't rush yourself into like a really bad state of mind. You want to find the middle of, I'm moving fast, but I'm calm, and I'm treating the people around me softly and with respect, and it's all going to be okay in the end. For me, being slow, my biggest anchor for calmness is just deep breaths. Like I said, that is the one I'm working on, and I will get there one day. Working on it has made my life better when I've remembered to slow down and just smell the roses and enjoy life a little bit more. All right, number 6 is the most life-changing for your relationship. Devotion to the masculine. The feminist in me, or maybe the feminist in you, might be a bit triggered by that. I should be devoted to myself, I find myself the most fulfilled and the most happy, and my relationship to be the most thriving when I am devoted to the best in men, devoted to the masculine. What does that mean? It means, number 1, being devoted to God. He is first, he is the head, and being in submission to him and his will, and reminding myself of my preciousness and my value under his care and under his love. And then under that is devotion to my husband. So right now I'm a stay-at-home mum. Quite easy for me to try my absolute best to make my husband's life as easy as possible, have food ready for him when he gets home, and have a clean house and be in a good mood for when he gets home. But it goes deeper than that. The psychology of it, he's going out into the world and he's providing and he's working and he's going through challenges to get money to look after us, to provide for us. So I am devoted to supporting him and encouraging him and loving him through that, because it creates a cycle of him wanting also to go out and provide, because his woman is supporting him and encouraging him. If I start to become entitled and like, you look after me and you go get all this money and I'm just gonna live off it, and I'm gonna tell you to do the dishes when you get home because you have to help out as well. Like if I'm in this like high and mighty phase of entitlement and almost like ignorance, like ignoring what he's doing, it's going to reduce his desire and motivation to go out and do those things for me. And it's not that your man would probably just stop going to work and stop providing for you, but is more healthy for the dynamics. So I'm aware that he's working hard for us so that I can be at home with my baby. I'm going to support him. I'm going to champion him. I'm going to respect him, and I'm going to do what I can to help him be the absolute best that he can be. Now, even if you're not a stay-at-home mum or you're both working, it still is the same for the dynamic, because masculine, their drive is to go and get and bring home and provide and protect their woman. So even if you're both going out and working, it's important to be supporting and loving and encouraging your husband and be grateful, to create this polarity that you need for a relationship to thrive. So even though physically you're doing the same thing, we want the polarity in the relationship, because that is what makes the relationship work and the gears turn. You need the feminine and masculine. If you're both 50-50, I'm doing this, and there's no acknowledgement of the masculine and feminine energies, then you're going to end up clashing a little bit. So for my relationships, for my one relationship, but even my relationship with God, I am constantly bringing myself into respectful role in my relationship. I can unpack this a bit more in a longer video. I feel like I'm just kind of touching the surface on it, but that sixth principle, it's a big one and it's so important. If you're single, you can still be doing this on the dates that you're going on, or if you're talking to someone in the stages, to be encouraging, supporting and respecting and being grateful to the men in your life. That will also help you to become more feminine. This principle is for relationships to thrive, but it also makes you more feminine to be in a role of an encourager and in that more submissive role. I know that word submissive can trigger a lot of people, but it's not you just do what your husband says and you don't question it. That's not a good, healthy relationship. It's just a role of lifting up the masculine, not putting them as higher than yourself, because I do believe like we are equal under God, but it works for polarity, for you to lift up your husband or lift up your man, and that makes him feel good, so then he wants to provide for you and he loves you really well, and then it's just this beautiful cycle. For me personally, I feel my best when I am loving and devoted to my husband and lifting him up as the man of the house and as my masculine provider. That doesn't mean I'm lowering myself, but I'm just lifting him up. I hope that makes sense. It makes our relationship really beautiful, and I feel like I can be free, flowy and feminine around him, and he really adores me, and we have a really beautiful polarity in our relationship. And I think it's because of that, because I choose to look for the good in him. I choose to call out the good in him and focus on it and lift him up and support him as much as I possibly can. Wonderful. Those are my 6 feminine principles. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video.